In 1984, Lisa McVey chose to end her life after enduring years of sexual abuse from her grandmother's boyfriend. She planned to commit suicide and even wrote a goodbye note. But then, something unexpected happened. A serial killer kidnapped her. This created a frightening turn in Lisa's life, which sparked a strong will to survive. With a gun at her head, she was determined to do anything to stay alive. On November 3, 1984, Lisa McVey was cycling back home after working a double shift at a donut shop. The tired 17-year-old rode past a church around 2 a.m., and then, from behind, someone grabbed her off her bike. Lisa screamed as much as she could until the person holding her pressed a gun to her head and threatened to blow her brains out. This wasn't the first time she had been threatened with death. Lisa, who lived in Tampa with her grandmother due to her mother's struggles with drug addiction, endured 3 years of torment at the hands of her grandmother's boyfriend. Throughout this period, he molested and threatened her with a gun. The man tied and blindfolded Lisa, then placed her in his car. She actively sought potential life-saving clues, initially using a small opening below the blindfold to identify the car as a red Dodge Magnum. When Lisa's abductor started driving, she started counting the minutes passing. She also noted that they were driving north and counted every step as the abductor took her inside his apartment. For the next 26 hours, the man repeatedly raped, tortured, and abused Lisa McVey. Certain that the abductor would murder her, Lisa pressed her fingerprints on as many places as she could in his apartment, hoping that the police would later use the evidence to apprehend her potential killer. At the same time, she told the man stories, trying to make him feel sorry for her and spare her. One of the tales she came up with was about her sick father, pretending she was the only one taking care of him. Finally, after enduring over a day of torment, the abductor brought Lisa back to his car, claiming he'd escort her home. He took her to an ATM and a gas station, then dropped her off behind a business at around 4:30 a.m. The abductor instructed Lisa to wait 5 minutes before removing her blindfold, specifying that he needed time to drive away. He also conveyed that she should inform her father that he spared her life because of him. Lisa raced through the early morning hours, making her way back to her grandmother's house. Upon arrival, her grandmother's boyfriend subjected her to physical abuse, accusing her of cheating on him. Both her grandmother and the boyfriend doubted Lisa's account, with her grandmother going as far as informing the Tampa police that she fabricated the kidnapping. Fortunately, the police insisted on conducting a thorough investigation. Determined to ensure her abductor's capture, Lisa shared every detail she could recall about the attack with the police. Just days after the harrowing experience, Lisa came across a news report on a murder in her area. Convinced her kidnapper was the culprit, Lisa urgently contacted the police, stating that there was more she needed to share. The police suggested hypnosis to help jog any latent memories, but her grandmother's boyfriend denied permission. This refusal prompted her to disclose his abuse to the police, resulting in his arrest. With one of her abusers in custody, Lisa remained steadfast in ensuring the same fate awaited her abductor. At a center for runaway teenagers, Lisa examined a photo lineup of potential kidnappers. Having briefly felt her attacker's face and caught glimpses of him through the small gap below her blindfold, she successfully identified him in the lineup: Bobby Joe Long. By retracing her abductor's movements, she enabled the police to locate his car. Just 12 days after her abduction, authorities captured Bobby Joe Long. Regrettably, the serial killer had claimed 2 more victims before his arrest. In the following year, Long was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to death. He eventually confessed to committing over 10 murders.
A lot of lives just gone right down the tubes because of me. You know, in one way or another. And it's not a good feeling. It's not a pleasant feeling. I'm not proud of anything I've done. And the worst thing is I don't understand why. I don't understand why.
In 2004, Lisa McVey enrolled in the police academy and later joined the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, the very department that had apprehended her abductor. In 2019, the state of Florida executed Bobby Joe Long. Lisa McVey not only witnessed the execution, but sat in the front row, wearing a shirt that read, "Long overdue." She mentioned that she wanted to be the first person Bobby saw,